Hey, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we're going to be working on the stepper on Star Action. This one actually works pretty decent. It goes through all the steps. This is a step up, step down stepper. It does its job. If you were watching on Sunday the 28th, I did a live show on TV MGC, and I had rebuilt this stepper unit. So today, for you guys on YouTube, we are going to be rebuilding this stepper unit. So let me get my autofocus locked in. There we go. We're on manual focus now, so we won't get the blurries. First thing we're going to do is where I screwed up. We're going to get this to the home spot, and then we're going to take the fingers on the back and mark the top spot. And that doesn't seem home to me. It wasn't home. Yeah, the line there, and right up on top here. When I put this back together on the other side, I will flip you over to the other side so we can see that. But for right now, it doesn't need to be seen. Now there's a nut on this other side. In order to get it off, I have to stick a screwdriver through these holes and then through this plate here. So when I turn a mech, you can see it just spun a little bit, so it doesn't keep spinning. Once we do that, then this will come off like butter. Like butter. Parquet. Butter. Parquet. Butter. Parquet. That's my new one, people. Okay. Shows my age a little bit. Now, since we got that off, we're going to take the electric screwdriver and get these wires out of my way. Good, this one's not stripped like the last one was. I had one that was almost stripped head on it yesterday when I rebuilt the other mech. There's 3 screws on each plate that hold this plate down. 2 little ones on the outside and a big one in the middle. I'll show you. There's the screws. 2 little ones on the side and a bigger one in the middle. That's what holds the plate down, and once I get it lumped over like this, the screw holes are right there. So alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take pictures. Why do we take pictures? Because that's what you do. Let's do a video actually, and then I can just delete this video. Okay, we get our everything there. Big juicy spring there. Little juicy spring right there. Skinny spring right there. There's a washer here, and then behind it is a spacer. It's a C-clip, a spacer. Nothing else that needs to get adjusted. And otherwise, everything's good. Give myself a thumbs up. Okay, let's put that over there out of the view. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this spring off, and this will be wrapped around 3 to 4 times. 1, 2, 3. There we go, 3. Now, second thing is we're going to take 1 screw completely out of this and loosen 1 other screw. The reason why is when I try to pull this gear out, I can get you in a little better thing. Let me turn that autofocus off. And I can't get you any lower, or can I? I can get you a little lower. There. When I flip it up, perfect. Alright, we're focused on that. Autofocus off. I can't pull this gear straight out because it's hitting this. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen this screw completely and take it out. There. Now this screw right here I can loosen and leave this stacked together, and voila, I can pull it out, and I can take this screw, jam it in there, and it'll keep it out of my way. Now to get this gear out, we're just going to lift up on these just so it's out of the way, and it will pull right out. So we'll leave that bad boy sit right there. And here's the fingers. Remember I said I marked it? That's where I marked it. So that will be this one will be always pointing to the top. So let's clean that real quick. What I do, I just go like this with my green scrubby pad. Notice how I'm supporting it with my finger so I can't bend it like crazy, like that. And we're going to clean these off real good. That one I just bent because I pushed it the other way. Actually, no, I didn't. These I usually push down and go like that, push down and go like that. Just because the way the fingers are bent. I don't want to, because if you push it like this, you can actually bend that over. You don't want to do that. We're almost to the home spot. I just do it so fast it looks like I'm doing it two ways. And that heat is hot. I have it vent right above my head for heat. And I think it's March 1st today, is it? Yes, it's March 1st, 2021. So that means it might be June or July when you're watching this video. Okay, that's clean. Alrighty then. Now we are gonna see, let's get rid of this big spring. And this is held down into a groove on this post. So what we're gonna do is just get my screwdriver and go slowly around it. Now you'll usually just get it right out of the groove. Usually we'll get it right out of the groove. If I can hold it up and go in a circle. There we go. That will go right there so it won't roll. The washer I'll put right there. This one doesn't have a spacer, but it's got that other little spring. I'll take that off, put it there. Take this spring off and put it there. Notice we got, like I said, we had two juicy springs and a little spring. This one actually isn't juicy, but this one goes on the top, this one goes between the two little gears, and then this one goes all the way across. But this one, if you notice, it's got a big hole on this side, and on this side it's got a small hole, because there's a small post here and a fat post right there. So we need to keep those in line. Excuse me. Gotta get my napkin. Alright. Now since we get that out of the way, we can pull this straight up. Inspect it, looks good. And this straight up, inspect it, it looks good. I'm going to set those back together like that so I know how to go. And we're going to tackle this coil. Alright. Coil setup looks halfway decent. That will go right there. Sleeve came out like butter. So we're gonna do two things. Get my naphtha, squeeze it on clean part. I'm gonna wipe all that dirt off. This playfield is actually almost done. This is the last mech I gotta make a video of. And then I can do the other ones offline. And then start on the top of the playfield. I already got my ultrasonic cleaner heating up right now, so I can put the some of the playfield stuff. Do not put the flat plastic with all the decorations on it. Do not put that in ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, that's nice and clean. Alright, where's the baby coil stop? Oh, I need to clean this too. Where's the wet spot? There it goes. This coil stop is a little beat, but it's in working condition still, and it should stay in working condition for umpteen years. It's a little wore, but it's not destroyed, so it will be okay. Okay, we got that there. Coil stop. Coil. Sleeve. Let's get that like that. We're going to clean this off. So I just spin around inside of it. What I'm doing is I'm taking any little burr stuff off of it. I will have to address the bottom of this coil stop. It does have a little ridge on it. And that I will do by just spin it around with the file. Knock that down. There. I'm spinning it as I do this. I'm just trying to put that bevel back on the bottom of the coil sleeve. And get the sharp spots off. Looks good. Put that there. Get my sandpaper to polish it up. There we go. Nice and good again. Alright, now we're going to put that back in here. Get that in there. Get that in there. And that will go that way. This will go like that again. That will go in there. It's cold out today. Well, it's in the 20s, I think, or 30s. I don't know. But we had a heat wave for a while. Got up to almost 50 the other day. I squeeze these tight when I put these screws back in, because I want that to be tight in there. The magnet stuck to it. You don't have to really heat man type these. They have lock washers on them. There. Alright, that's all like new again. Now we're gonna get Mr. and Mrs. Q-tip. They look alike, but one's Mr. and one's Mrs. Then we're gonna take it and we're gonna squirt a little bit of naphtha on them. We'll start with this bottom one first, and we're gonna go in and out to get the old dirty grease out of it. Look at that, black. All that old dirty grease, dirt, and whatever. Get it all off here too. I don't want to lay that on there because that's going to turn the playfield, stain it in a spot. So that's all clean in there, but it's still a little dirty in there. Clean cotton swab, you can dunk it directly in there if you want, if it's clean and you haven't used it yet. The minute you use it, you can never do that again. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now we're getting clean. And it'll be just clean enough. And we'll go like this and go over this. To loosen up any leftover. I can feel there's a bunch right here of grease. Put that there. We're going to take this, put that like that. Alright. That part is now clean. We're going to go on to the next part. Throw these out because they're garbage. Another Q-tip. Clean. Put that in there, put that in there. See how dirty this is. Oh yeah. Dirty, but not just as dirty. Or is it just as dirty? 2 Q-tips we're going to need on this one too. Okay. So, it'd be really awesome if you look down there and you click on that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the channel out. The more subscribers, the better. The more people I can reach out to. If you could like it too, that's even better. Liking and subscribing. The double. I don't think I'll need to clean out that hole anymore. It looked pretty clean when I just looked at it. Yeah. That's good. Okay. We got that set. Now it's super loop time. Take a little super loop on the pinky. Put it on that shaft. Wrap it around. Like that. Put that over there. This we're going to put just a little bit right here. As you'll see in a while why. It rides right in there like that. So we want that lubed because you're getting metal to metal contact there. Now this one, take the last little bit, we're going to run it around there. No, it didn't go like that. It couldn't have. Did it go like that? I believe it went like that. But that's why we do videos. I think it's still compressing files. What do we got here? There's my telltale, the pointy part. There. And, oh, excuse me. There. There. Alright, so we got that. Now what we can do is I'm going to hold that baby back down. That had a washer on it too, right? Yes. I'm going to hold that baby back down. We're going to take our thing. We're going to take the juicy spring. We're just going to roll it around in there because this does have grease on it from just years of people messing with it. There. That's clean now. Now we'll take this little washer, get the grease off that. Okay. The wash is going to go back down like that. There is grease on there from another thing. Now remember I said there was this big hole and a little hole. This side gets the big hole on it. And then we'll go down and then we'll hook right into the ridge. You can see there's one right here and there was one right there. So that locks that spring in. Next, we're going to get this mech off, which is pretty easy. We're going to take the C-clip out, like that, and take the washer off. And then this, we'll just pull straight up, like that. We'll set that down. We'll buzz that off. Get that cleaned. That area all cleaned up. And get that put back together. Coil stop looks good. Clean the crud off of it. I haven't had to replace a coil stop on the end of any of these yet, except for a Gottlieb. It was missing, or no, or the bracket was cracked. It was one of the two. I don't remember. Now let's see if this is, oh good. On when I did that one over there, this was frozen and I had to beat it out. I literally had to pound the thing out on the table to get it out. That's how stuck it was inside. I used to go inside with a Q-tip and clean out this hole here until I realized why you're putting a new sleeve in. The hole doesn't need to be cleaned. We're going to take this out, inspect it. It's got a little burring on the end we will take care of with the file. The reason why I take that burring off is because it's going like this inside the sleeve, and it's going to scratch it. It's just got a little burring from smashing that coil stop real hard. There's just one little spot on it. So we will take that little spot off. I'll just go around it, the whole thing. This is just, it's not a really aggressive file. And just so you know, if my phone rings, I'm probably gonna have to turn this video off. So I'm having problems with my brand new furnace. The metal is relaxing inside. It's relaxing and expanding inside. And what it does, it sounds like a tin roof and it's raining. It'll go tink to tink tink to tink tink to tink tink to tink to tink tink till it heats up so much it will stop. And then when it cools down, it'll go tink to tink tink to tink 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 You might have heard it in a video from the beginning. Alright, this is clean. That's not clean. That's filthy. Alright. This goes like this. And 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 we are almost done with this. Let's get that one in there. This show is being sponsored by number 8. You know why. Number 8 is great. I don't need that screwdriver anymore. Whoops, sorry. Crank these down. Good. Really don't need that anymore. Alright, let's get this bad boy clean. See, on that end, if I wouldn't have cleaned that end, this last little bit in the coil sleeve, excuse me, this, the 3M stuff I use for scrubbing lets off a little dust and it just makes me cough. It would, if I didn't clean off that burr on the end, it's just slowly gonna eat away at the end of the coil sleeve, and that I just prevented it from happening. Let's get this cleaned off too. I'm going to use a little naphtha on that because I see lots of grease on it. We'll clean it off with naphtha. See all the grease, like right here? See how it's all black? There, now it's not. Just grease. Almost somebody looks like they misted it with something. Some type of grease. WD-40 or something. WD-40 is, if you look at it, WD stands for water displacer. It's not really a lubricant at all. WD-40 does sell lubricants. I don't use WD-40. I use it for penetrating stuff once in a while because it's so thin. But normally I never use it for anything. I use the WD-40 brand because they got like penetrating oil, white lithium grease, silicone. I use the brand, but the actual WD-40, not really. This thing you're just gonna spin in your hands in a circle. Yeah, you're gonna get nice and shiny and clean. That's what we want. All right, my hands are filthy. I gotta scratch my face, but we're not. This Q-tip, and you notice this piece isn't here, how it's moving a little bit. We will fix that. What time is it? This guy's gonna be here between 12 and 4. Hopefully it's after I'm done with this. So I'd like to get this video done. Get at the last couple things that I did on camera, but I need to do off camera. Because you know how it's got 3 pop bumpers? Well, I did one on camera, and then I got 2 to do off camera because I'm not making a video with 3 pop bumpers on it, you know. And then 2 slingshots. I did 1 on camera, so I got to do 1 off camera. Drop targets. Did 1 on camera. Got to do 3 off camera. What else? Well, I did 1 of these on camera on Twitch, on stream. So I still had to do this one on camera. I forgot again, my camera turns off after recording for 30 minutes. So what I did is, as you can see, I was cleaning this. I got it all cleaned. All clean. I cleaned off the shaft right here where it rides. with some green 3M scrubby pad. I clean it off. I did put a little bit of lubricant on it. On this, I took my super lube. This is liquid stuff, and I put a drop. I'll show you. Put a drop right here so it rolls behind it, and then I put a drop right up on top of here so it rolls behind it, and then a drop here so it rolls behind it, and then one here, and then I just went like that, and then went like this, just to get it to get behind it and move free, which it does perfectly now. Man, I hate when that camera does that. It shuts off. Don't know why. There's no setting for it. It just does. It's a built-in stupid thing, you know. So anyways, okay. Then I get that full super lube. I put a little super lube on the end of here. I can see I just wiped off. Put a little super lube on the end here and on the end here. And we got that now. I can run my finger off again, because this piece rides in here. So let's get this back in there now like I had it, after I realized that this thing wasn't recording anymore. Okay, that's all in there the way it's supposed to. Now we're going to put our washer back on, our clip that holds this whole assembly down. I want to needle nose pliers so I don't have to match my fingers. There we go. That's on. I always spin them too, just to make sure that they're completely set on. This spring we can take and clip over to here. Let's actually turn it this way so the spring rides on top. There we go. Cool tune. Alright, now we're going to take our other springs, and we are going to find out one more clean spot on this towel. Get our naphtha. We're going to need naphtha again. Take our springs, we're going to roll them around. Get dirt off of them. There's a little grease that gets on these from the spray, and we want these to move as free as they can move, spring as free as they can. And we're going to put the one spring here that goes to here, the little spring. The big spring is going to go from here and go to here. There we go. Everything's set. Now, we need to go to the other side of this. This side's all clean except for these switches. And these are bent a little bit, it looks like. I don't know. And once maybe they're not. Once I get them twisted back the right way, we'll see. Now we gotta clean this off. Here's a clean spot. I'm just cleaning these to get the grease off first. We want the grease off. Look at that. We want the grease off so when we get on with this and clean these, it's going to be nice. Now these I usually will go around in a circle. To clean them. Now, as I've talked in the past before, you can clean them however you want to, but this is how I clean them. I use the green scrubby pad and just brute force. and you can see how good they're getting cleaned. Others use polish. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, that dust. Others I've heard used alcohol with 600 grit sandpaper and basically wet dry polish them. That's interesting too. I actually might do that if I have some really jacked up ones. I haven't had any really bad ones yet. Usually when if you use a brand new one of these will clean up real quick. That's how mine are. And those are pretty good. Super lube, and we're running out of time. I have to watch this. This is my battery. I'm going to spread the super lube on here. I'm going to mark this battery as garbage. I'll put a dot on it. All my batteries that haven't been lasting long, I've been putting dots on them because I have old batteries. And I did get a bunch of new ones. And I'll put a dot on it that says this is a junk battery. Alright, we got that on there. Now what I'm going to do is take this and wipe off the excess. There. Let's change that battery quick. Alright, battery changed. We got this ready to go. Now we're going to flip this up. And you notice there's a, I don't know if you can see it right here, where my thumb is, that black spot. That's where I marked it for the home. And with this gear, like that. See, we got the line here, and that matches up with this first dot here, and in the line right there. That's our home spot. Forgot to do that with that one yesterday. Alright, let's flip this over. And we're going to take this, got my pinky, some grease on it, get the shaft all lubed up with grease. Oh, we got a lot on there. Alright, let's get this. Wipe that pinky off. Now you notice this, it has this bump. This bump actually goes right into there, and this bump will spin and hit that. You can see the top of it here. It's going to hit that. That lets this gear not go any further anymore. Now if you notice, we lock our autofocus down. If you notice, the gear here, there are no teeth. That is factory. A lot of people will say, I need a new gear, my teeth are wore off. That is not. What that is there for, so the stepper can't advance anymore. So you got those dots there, and you can't keep going around in a circle because there's no dots to make electrical contacts. So that's why this is cut out. So this can only step so far, and then the gear will just keep sliding over it. It has no other gear to notch on. So that's food for thought. And you can go in the comments, tell me what kind of food you're thinking of now. Okay, we got that clean. So this, we're just gonna get all the stuff out of the way. Grab these. Push them down. It's a little tricky sometimes, but okay. We got that at home spot. We can take this and go 1, can hook this back on there. The side's done, except for this. We can flip this back over. I'm holding the gear on my finger so it can't get pushed down. And as soon as I find the fingers, right here, that will go back like that. My washer will go there, and then a nut will go get there. Now what's good about tightening this up, remember that stop that was on the other side? It will keep this from spinning as you tighten it. That's about it for tightening. See what I mean with the gear slipping? We can't go anymore because there's no gear to advance it. And that right there has hit the resting spot, so that cannot go anymore either. I'll show you on this side now. Notice here, this went, it didn't go past there because there's no more contact for it. Some of them will do that. They will ride past all that. I'm just checking right now. I'm gonna get some of these bent so they're straight. I knew there was a couple that were a little goofy. Be in the center of the pad. See, let's see if we can get this tight. Of course not, we can't too much. This one, you can see, like here's the circle. It's more towards the bottom. You can see a little bit of it on the top. So I'm actually gonna push that down and give it a little twist, and then tighten it by going like that. Now it's riding right in the middle of that pad where I want it to. Remember, each one of these has a little ball contact on it, and you want them to be always try to be in the middle of these. Sometimes these fingers are going to be curved just a little bit. We want to make sure that they're mostly in the center as possible. And they're only touching one pad. Now let's do this down. I'm just checking tension on them. I want that little snap. Notice, you want the home, blue, black right there, blue, black. Well, it's blue on here because of the color, but it's black up here due to the color, but it was a blue marker. And that's how you want that. And that is a fully working mech now. Now we got to put the screws back in this. Remember, I took the one screw out, took that out. We're going to put it back in. Now on the bottom it has this little plate. You can see there. See the hole in it? That's what the screw goes into. So you are not going to He-Man these ones down, because you will damage that plate that it screws into. Hear that dinging? Listen. Well, sure, now it's not going to do it. But if you went back a couple seconds when I said that, you would hear it. And you get that tightened on. There's a ding. That's a brand new $6,000 furnace, so I am not happy living with that. Okay, we're gonna set these contacts up. I don't know how tight I can get you in there because my camera is on a stand. So let's move this. And they are acting really good. When I did that up, it closed this contact and it closed this contact. This one right here closed, and this one right here closed, and this one opened. And when I went down, it opened this contact. Can I get that in a better focus? Yeah, right there. It opened this contact, it opened this contact, and it closed this one. So if I do this, and now open that, close that, close that. Now I'm going to look, let's get this up out of the way. I'm going to push this down. I want to make sure this leaf moves and this leaf moves when I push it down. And they do. The top one doesn't move that much. But if you can see where I am, it does got a little move to it. I can make that just a little more. Oh, of course it's bent on the end. That's why. I'm just trying to straighten it now. Do not bend your leaves on the end here. Always bend them back here. Perfect. Okay, take that, rip that off. We're gonna clean these. I need to get some new tripods. This one right here, the legs are broke. It's got two different heights for the legs. The legs are broke. So what I did is I put the height on max on the broken legs where the locks were, and then I just screwed them in so they can't be adjusted anymore. The bottoms go up and down. However, a lot of times when I do that, one leg will go up a little bit higher, so then the whole camera sits upside down. And it does the job. I don't like that one too much. Yeah, well, I want to tweak just a tiny bit. I think that's good now. I'm really perfectionist, blah blah. Perfectionist with these sometimes. Is that one? Yeah. That's why that one doesn't do it. It's got a bend right in the middle. Hear that? That clank, 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 clank. Okay, now I got that one adjusted. Now I can take this and bend it down a little bit more. So it's got another bend in it in the middle too. I'm getting all these all out of whack now. Yes. This one I'd like just a little more tweaking. Get that bend out of the middle and a little more oomph to it. Perfect. Perfect. A lot of these, like I was showing you, I was bending them in the middle because these are not flat straight anymore. Somebody's been taking them and tweaking them with their hands or whatever. This one still has a little slight bend in it in the middle, but I'm happy of the performance of it. We're open and we're open and we're closed, and we're getting movement when they do that. And when they open, these two move a little bit when they close, so I'm happy with that. And that is another awesome job done. And I thank you guys for sitting here with me watching, and I hope that you learned something from this and it gives you more courage, or you get to the point where you're like, oh, I see how he did that. I can do that now. I can do that now. It's not that hard. It looks difficult. Okay, that clunking is just because I'm not holding it pushed down tight, because we're going into wood. And I want to use my regular screwdriver to tighten these down the rest of the way. And I have to get one for this side too. So I'm going to leave one screw out so I can match it up. And that's about it. Long screwdriver. We got the stepper rebuilt. You guys got to see how it's done. This is a step up, step down stepper. This one over here was a step up, full reset stepper. Just in case you were wondering. And now it's time for me. Well, I gotta put that screw back in, but I have to get another one. It's time for me to turn the music on and finish the rest of this. So yeah, give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, follow on Facebook, Mark's Basement Arcade, and you know what my famous last words are. Later.